Welcome to episode 5 of the Planetbase series, and this is the second time I've had to record this because, again, there was no audio to it. You could hear the gameplay, but nothing from me. So that's fun. So, kinda gotta figure out where in the gameplay I was when I started the episode, you know? So clearly we need to get the spares done. Something I did find out in the previous episode is that the fact that these are in a lower condition than they should be, they actually produce less power. I didn't realize that was the case. I just thought that this was to keep them from breaking down, and if you let them get too far down, they'll break down. But they actually, in essence, cap how much power they are capable of producing at any given point. So like this one is doing 20 out of 20. This is the same wind turbine, but it's only producing 10, and it's, you know, the same wind. So they should be producing the same, but they're not. And that's because of its quality. So we really need those spares. What we have is we have a lot of bioplastic. So I'm gonna try turning the priority off for just a little bit. I worry that the workers are concentrating on producing the bioplastic because we do have the starch that's necessary to produce them, and so they're not coming out here and getting the ores. So we do have one ore there. It also confirms my thought that this is actually the front door to the mine. So they have to like lay down and like scoot in. I kind of wish it had turned towards this when I placed it, but ah well. They can scoot in if they must. So, what I'd really like to get done today, and who knows if I can do it. I couldn't the first time I did this game, so what I'd really like to do is get a landing pad. Kind of not sure where I want to put it. I really would have liked the control panel to have been closer to the landing area, the landing pad, because then any intruders have to go through the control center and they're way more likely to get caught that way. But that said, our prestige, right here, is at like 27. Yeah. And they only come at a certain level, like who would want to rob from this place? All they could get would be 3 bioplastic and some lettuce. So there's not much here. So the intruders isn't nearly as big of a problem as it will be in the future. So I might kind of put a temporary base for now. Temporary landing pad, and like all of this situation would be kind of temporary. Let's see. I don't want to place anything until they've done the specific things I want, in case they have strange logic on what should be done first. Because I'd really, really want those spares to be done. So there's one person out there getting ore. There's somebody working on getting the metal. And I think we only need this one metal to get it done. So, thank you, good Kane. And thank you, little bot, for bringing it. So now we only need ourselves an engineer to come build it. This also seems to give... yeah, operated by an engineer. It's nice to give the engineer something, because there's been a lot of times where I've looked in and they're just like chilling, not really doing anything besides... But I think one of the only things I have right now is keeping this bot running and carrying stuff. So let's chill this for a little bit so we can kind of figure out where we want our stuff to be going. Should I... let's go ahead and put this on a high priority. Like that. So we can get these taken care of so we don't lose power. Oh, I have 2. For some reason I was super convinced last episode that we had only 1. I don't know how I completely missed the other one. Probably zoomed in like this. Yeah, luckily there's a couple good ones still, and that this isn't getting affected. Alrighty. So, how's this going? I think once we get a more permanent setup for the landing site, I will remove this from here and put either some more bunks or a rec room. I think it's called a multi-purpose room in here, but it gives leisure and fitness stuffs for the people to do, which kind of makes sense to go off of this for them. I always hate it, like, anytime I have to redo one of these episodes, I feel like the episode is better than the original one. So if I had, like, the energy or the motivation to do so, I'd probably do every episode twice, but that sounds like way too much work. It's okay. It just means when I mess up, you guys get better content. Sorry, it's not that good originally. Alright, so we need both the metal and the bioplastic. Bioplastic's down to 1. Where did it go? Ah, nah. The problem with this is, we're going to be using the spares as soon as we produce them for right now, so it's going to continue to yell at us for a little bit. Which is a bit unfortunate. Rather that wasn't the case. I really want to start, like, planning out the stuff for the landing stuffs, but I'm afraid that they'll put the bioplastic and metal there instead of making spares. Spares are kind of important, so I guess we'll go back to learning how to use this menu. Increase it. I could use the numpad. Yeah, I should learn to do that, but just not my instinct on this game at least. Show tops. Quick save, game menu, help. So how is the power doing? You are food. Which is really doing well. Like, yeah, it's taking off quite a bit, which is reassuring for now. Now for power, let's check power storage. This is bad. This is bad. That means probably in a day or two we will be out of power. Unless the wind is super forgiving. I don't like that. I don't want that at all. I don't like that we have to get down into these drops where we're not producing any. Super not reassuring. At least we're going up for right now. But once it gets down to that point, it takes forever to get back up. So, well, that guy's filling up. Oh, but we went through 2 and almost into 3. Ooh, that's bad. That's not good at all. Get out there and get them fixed. Pronto. Just stay alright for now, Solar Pen. Like, now that you mention it, I do need to go down a tick. Into the yellow it goes. No. No! I jinxed it. Shouldn't have said nothing. Hi, biologists. Could you also take care of your meat synthesizer? It just seems like it would be a bad plan to be growing meat, creating meat in a semi or very poor machine. That just seems like there's going to be some bad results. And I imagine the results are pretty bad as it is. Not something I'd be enthused about eating, at least. Then again, they are landing on strange planets in the middle of nowhere, so maybe they've gotten their technology figured out, so you can't tell the difference, right? Didn't actually come from an animal, so that's good. How are we doing? Let's check on this guy. You enjoying your pancakes? Just funny because that's not even one of the options. Like, the options are pasta, burgers, and salads. So I don't know what that's supposed to represent. But we're gonna make a basic meal this time, I think. I always say that like I know what I'm doing, and then it continually proves me wrong, so who knows what it's gonna produce. Wait, pasta. Oh, thank god it was basic. Oh no, power storage is critical. I know. Let's power that guy off. We don't need it right now. And power this guy off. Though those are, neither of those are huge power hogs. That is, but I'm not gonna close it because it's what gives us spares. This was not a problem last time. How you doing, little buddy? For a second it sounded like a toilet flushing. I was like, is there toilets in this game? I can't wait till we get the bot. Oh no. Oh no, no. Don't like. They can't go out and they can't go put these. We're producing 5 out of 40. 4, 3. Oh my god, I think it's the sun. Is that the sun? We might be saved. Is this at 4? Oh, no. As soon as something like that happens, I think it slows it down. Come on, solar power, save us! We're producing 0. 4, 8, 12. Just enough to get this guy out so he can go fix these. Not that it'll do us any good, there's not any wind. Can you prioritize this guy? Can you do the solar panel? What are you gonna work on? Wind turbine. Fine. Ooh, the wind's picking up. So, this guy's doing 15. This guy was doing 7. You can see it steadily going up. 10. Oh man, that was rough. I told you it was gonna go out in a day. It's that grass starts doing that, you're in trouble. Alright, so we've got the solar panel going up, which is really good. Though it doesn't produce nearly as much as I thought it would. It maxes out at 20 or 15, and even the small turbines produce more than that. And this is a medium solar panel. At first I was really confused why there was such a difference, but I think it's specifically for this planet because of its really thick atmosphere. So I just like that they're reliable. Every day they will produce. Whereas the wind can go out and just not do its thing, so. But I don't know if they're worth the supplies that it takes. Are you both medium? Yeah. Alright, so I guess we can probably turn this guy back on just because I don't like them yelling at me. That can stay off for now. Can I still do the F6? Yeah, alright. Good. That's all I want it for. So we have one more to be repaired. It's kind of interesting, like, I think they only brought out one spare and they repaired it from, excuse me, very poor. So I'm surprised they don't wait until it's of a lower quality to do it by default. It's almost like sort of a waste of a spare by repairing it so quickly? I don't know. We run out of spares. Yeah. We do that. We do that plenty. But soon we'll be able to start kind of catching up. So we only need that one spare for right now. So I'm comfortable going ahead and starting the brain, but also to do this. And then I'll connect it here. I like the storage here because the people who land you can purchase and sell to often, as long as they're not bringing colonists. And so having a storage that they can go straight to really makes the process quicker. Then we're gonna need ourselves an airlock, like so. Like that. And then we need an outdoor landing pad. Probably like that. There we go. Then we'll connect it to the power there. I think these guys are energy hogs though. Does it say in here? New colonists can only come to the base if your welfare level is high enough. Welfare and prestige levels determine how often and how many new colonists will arrive at your base. My welfare? Is that other stat I don't pay much attention to? It's usually pretty good. Yeah. I treat my colonists well. Thank you very much. So, this takes 2, this takes 1. Oh, 4. So that's 4, 7. 7 metal. And we don't have any in stock. And then we also need the bioplastic. C2. Just 3 bioplastic. which we'll get done first because we're just constantly producing the starch that's required. Ah, see, this guy's gonna be taking it in here. Let's spy him. Hello? Do you hear that? Sounds like something short-circuiting or something. Doesn't sound reassuring. So that's what that big suit that they use to carry those big supplies? Materials? That's what that suit looks like. Everything looks so worn down. Like, this is brand new stuff, and I mean, look at this glass. Are those marks inside or out? Because I don't find that reassuring. And this metal, like the paint's not done well, but over here is the paint's chipped, but we just built it. It'd be kind of cool if that happened over time and you had to repair the structure itself. I'd like that. But that's not something that's part of this game. Haha. I think there might be mods for this game. I'm not sure. I know you can mod... I was gonna say I know you can start the mod difference. They have, do they say I'm in here anywhere? Not at a quick glance. Like scenarios and different goals and stuff that you can put up on Steam, I believe. I've never checked them out. I was always pretty content with what the game had by default. Let's get this. Aha! Keypad. Use it. So, one bioplastic. Oh, no. I thought he had metal, but he had a spare. Which is better, actually. I prefer that. Get our power protection up. Because we were still down more than I wanted. So here we lost that power. And we got stuff fixed. And we're still quite a bit lower than I'd like. Hopefully, the next day or two, we can get the stores full. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, we'll have to build another... probably another windmill? I'd stick it over here because we have all of our power source over here. I might want to spread it out a little bit. Don't know that it makes a difference in this map. Again, we don't have the meteors, so I don't know if anything breaks connections like it used to on the other maps. Alright. I kinda wish they would now build this connection, but they won't build it until after this is built. Sometimes they even wait for a different person to come out to build this, which is a little annoying, but I guess they don't want a hallway going nowhere. English. Not my strong suit. Not at all. Actually couldn't read until like 3rd grade. Had to go into like special programs and outside of school and stuff to try to learn to read. It wasn't till I was 9 and I went to Wisconsin for 2 months, 1 month, over the summer to stay with my grandma, and she made me read every other page of it was Harry Potter. So she would read me a page and then I'd have to read a page, and that was the only way I actually learned how to read. Fun fact about me. I then spent all of my like teen typing stories, so I kind of helped counteract that I had such a trouble with English initially. Just language in general. And then I was so smart as to take like 3.5, 4 years of Spanish. That's all gone. So gone. I had a really poor, low level, like my intro teacher to Spanish was not good. She was not a good teacher in any way. Like, we could talk her out of tests so easy and just didn't really force us to learn. And so I just didn't have the basics down. I didn't have the vocab base to get up into the higher level conjugations of verbs. Oh, past tense. Why you so hard in Spanish? So, yeah. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I should have done my intro and been done, because my mom required us to take some language. But I should have stopped there. But then I would have had to come up with other objectives to take, and just, I didn't want to learn new stuff. It's hard. I can only take... Well, it wasn't that I could only take so many computer classes, it was that we only provided so many computer classes in our tiny school system. But I took every single one of them. including things like yearbook. That was fun. Anyway, so we're not gonna even get close. It's so funny because it's the same time frame and everything as the last episode. Okay, I went a little long last episode, or the last time I did this episode, but like the situation is completely different. The way this played out is so different from the first time I did it, which is kind of cool. I like that that's something that can happen in this game. So if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and check the description down below for the next episode. If that sentence made sense. I kind of lost track of what I was saying like halfway through. It's late, okay? And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.